And Dad was ready to crank, Kevin, but we're missing one major thing to crank. The interior harness ain't even hooked up. And we now have Wi-Fi at the FFR Barn. Now they're just showing off. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the FFR Barn. Dad, guess what? It's clean. For once.
A little bit.
The barn is clean, guys. Dad always talks about, always do a video and the whole entire barn's just trash. Well, guess what? It's clean, and you guys are not going to believe it. It is a record-breaking day in South Mississippi. I am on Tanya's Wi-Fi. Austin and Tanya officially got Wi-Fi, and we now have Wi-Fi at the FFR Barn. We have Wi-Fi at my house down the street, and Mailman did not get it because he said he's just going to jump on me and Austin.
That's it.
But I don't know if y'all can tell how clear it is because I've got my phone connect to Wi-Fi. But it may not even matter because I'm videoing. Who knows? But I'm excited. And now we can do YouTube lives out here at the barn because we finally got fiber here, which is amazing. But the agenda for tonight, it's a Tuesday night work week. We got the K9 pushed out. Very unfortunate news. The fried bologna got completely canceled because of the snowstorm. The track did not have enough time. What is it? For the 25th. It got moved to March. And unfortunately, your boy is going to be at work. But we have sold the 111 car. We have sold the pure stock car. And so that just makes room for a lot more cars to come in the shop. So tonight's game plan is to get that motor, which is Joe's motor, into his car. You guys saw in the last video that Joe came out here and did a little bit of work to his front end. Got all the new suspension into the front end. So now Dad and Austin and I think maybe Kevin got the transmission hooked back up to his car. So we are going to try our best to get it installed tonight. I think we can all do it with all four of us here. Once we get it in, there's a possibility we may try to get wiring and all that fun stuff done as well. Thank y'all for clicking on the video and hanging out. Hope y'all enjoy it. Let's get to work. That was the one there. To the somewhere.
Already in now.
17 right here.
This is the one.
Okay, so the engine is in.
It's straight on this side.
Yeah. We gotta fix the toe. The engine is in. Look at that drip blue, look. All the motor mounts are done. Wiring harness is in. All the spark plugs are in. Everything's here.
Extra 10 horsepower.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's the drip blue. That's sick looking. So, like I just mentioned, all the wiring's done. Motor mounts are done, minus the back one in the back. Plugs are in. Shifter cables and all are in, thanks to Kevin. We got to build something from here to there. And Dad was ready to crank, Kevin, but we're missing one major thing to crank. The interior harness ain't even hooked up. Dad's like, let's get ready to fire up.
What about an exhaust on it?
It's laying over there on the bottom of the floor. So we're gonna get the exhaust put on it. We're gonna get the exhaust put on, and I'm gonna probably jump in there and get the harness put in, or at least try to start putting some of that back in.
At least you only got one pop rivet holding the doors on. So
Yeah, one pot rivet.
Yeah.
Why do I need the doors off?
You see the size of me?
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna get back to work on trying to get some of the stuff.
I know, that's what I said.
One pot rivet. Oh, right there. Well, I mean, it ain't even gonna matter much because the roll cage is in the way still. All right. While they're doing that, I'm gonna get in here and try to start tackling some of that. So my phone died. I've had it in there charging. Dad and Kevin had this thing up on the lift. Dad, where do y'all stand right now? Getting the header on?
Yeah.
You got the bottom motor mount on? Yeah. So they're getting the header on. I've been working on the wiring. So I got all of the wiring hooked up on the dash. I went through and weeded out as much of the wiring as I could. I was able to eliminate a bunch of it. You can see all this. So I was able to go through each one of these and get rid of a bunch of this wiring. I've got some questionable wiring hanging right here, and I do not want to cut it or get rid of any of it yet, but I've got it. It doesn't look it, but I've got it organized to where I know what needs to stay. And what we're going to do is when I go get the battery here in a minute, I'm going to hook it up and see if I got power to the gauges. And then if I don't, I'm going to just start slowly hooking up each ground and figuring out what wire needs to be grounded to get the power to the engine. So lots of stuff going on. Austin's over there on a conference call with Travis. Obviously, he's not doing much. Come on. Anyway, but no, lots of stuff getting done. I'm just trying to get this thing to where we can do something with it. That's the goal. Do something. What we've got here is I've got all the grounds. We went ahead and hooked every one of them up. There's a ton of them in this car. Kevin, what do you think? Firing?
It should fire.
All right. Here we go, Dad.
Y'all ready?
Yep. Austin, hold on a minute. Do we have a fire extinguisher?
Probably not.
We did crank this thing before we pulled it. We did crank this thing before we pulled this engine out. Cold start. And we just got done putting everything on.
We ain't even got the header really on.
Header, well, I mean, hopefully it's on enough.
It's on enough.
We got a Jimmy rigged battery,
Gasket.
and we'll see what happens. Hopefully my wiring was right. Y'all trust me with wiring or no?
No.
Not really?
50.
Okay.
Hey, hold up.
There's a 50-50 shot.
Oh, never mind.
All right.
Hey, what about this plug? We don't have no water in it. All right, here goes nothing, Joe.
Fire in the hole.
Hey! I do know how to wire a car. Uh-oh.
And it's out of gas.
Does it even have gas in it?
I don't know.
Well, it busted off.
Crank. It ain't got no gas in it.
It ain't got no gas in it.
Put the gasket on the exhaust.
What? Nah, no gasket on the exhaust, but it cranked.
Pulling that back off.
For what?
That ain't the one that's going on there.
Oh, they just put that on there just for kicks and giggles. That's
The one that's going on there's off my car.
that's right.
Did that one fit?
This is the old Wayne Rain one.
No, that didn't fit right.
That ain't Wayne.
Oh, That's the one off Austin's. Oh, that light's still under here. Well, guys, that's a success.
Yeah.
I guess it didn't.
I mean, we
Must
got
be
to
out of fuel.
we got to get some gas in it.
Gotta be.
Hey, and thanks to Joe. Joe bought us brand new gas jugs,
Good deal.
like the racing style, because he said apparently y'all had some issues getting gas in the 16, and so he bought the right jugs.
All right, I'm going in.
All right, well, what do y'all think? Was this a successful night, or
Yeah.
Austin?
Yeah, I got that motor off the stinking floor. Now I can start getting more stuff out of here.
We have axles.
Somewhere.
What about this?
Hoods today.
Yeah, y'all look at this room. Austin loves it. Oh, that was your ear. Look at, we can see the dang engine from the hood area.
That's not a firewall.
All right, well, my electrical was 100%.
Yeah, man. Took us
What-
16
what?
takes for a first firewall.
All right, so we're not gonna lie to y'all. We couldn't get it to crank at first, and what did I forget?
The
Like-
fuse box wasn't plugged in.
The fuse box. We only forgot like 16 plugs, and they were like, "We ain't got no power. It ain't got no gas or power." Kevin finally figured that out, or Austin did, and then we forgot to plug
Oh, I didn't see.
that switch right there in.
Oh my God!
That's right. Kevin, can you please show them your masterpiece, what you got over there that we may try?
That joker's hideous. What you talking about?
Now that we know that the thing cranked, please show them what you have done.
I don't know. I spent a few hours looking at wiring diagrams and stuff, trying to figure out what all we don't need and what all we do need.
What is that?
That's supposed to be. It's going to be a standalone for these cars.
So you have
So-
built your own harness, pretty much.
Knock on wood.
Here's some wood right
Probably
there.
have to spend a day or two wiring out the kinks, but
Okay. But you have taken this cluster, this whole mess of wire, and simplified it down to your own.
yeah.
And if it works right, we can probably more than likely build your own, right?
Yeah.
Because you'll know the exact
That's-
pins,
That's hideous.
but you'll
yeah.
know your pin outs.
Yeah.
You don't really even need that big fuse block, right?
You do.
You do need it.
Because the immobilizer goes through that.
Okay, but if you had K-Pro, if you wanted to go through K-Pro style, but for the stock cars, you do need the fuse
Yeah.
block. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. Now they're just showing off.
Yeah.
That was been set for a year.
The old K9. Hurry. That's kind of little. Man,
got-
I'll tell you what.
3 out of 4.
How long's this thing been sitting and it busted right off?
We got battery. The
Yeah.
other battery needs to go now.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to call that a night and a video. What do y'all have to say for the
Good night.
good night?
Good night.
Y'all going to sleep?
Comment. Subscribe.
Charge your battery.
Or else.
Do it. Subscribe.